What's up, YouTube? Gonna do a little review on the XRC Smittybuilt fenders. The armor, yeah. It's do's and don'ts on this. There's been plenty of install videos on there that you can go back and see how people put them on. I didn't do an install video because of that reason, but I can give you some do's and don'ts. But anyway, this is what I used for a nut cert tool. Your basic 5/8 spark plug socket. Twist your nut cert up on the end of that bolt. Make sure it's long enough to go all the way to the end of that nut cert. Hold this part with a wrench when you insert it into the body. I tightened this end with an impact. And I put my impact on the lowest setting. That way you don't over tighten it and distort these things, because they're easy to get them distorted to where the bolt won't go back in it. But once I tightened it down, I would twist it in the body to see if it would twist, and it wouldn't turn or pull back out. I knew that it was tight enough to hold in the body. But you can see how far that tire sticks out on that Jeep. And I mean, it just covers everything up. I actually made flares that I end up taking this nut off right here, this one here, and one right down here. Take those off and they sit out here and kind of stop everything from going up through there. I actually had my door handles to freeze up without them on it, because it just slings stuff everywhere. Up the side of it, you can see how dirty it is. But anyways, on the install videos that I watched, when they took this part off right here, they bent it back and drilled these out. But don't do that. Just take the whole fender off. This is actually held on up underneath this part right here. You will have to take it off. The cowl panel has to come off. There's 4 of those push-in things right there. You have to pop those out to get this out. Windshield wipers, you got to come off. But this part right here, this crappy liner that they give you right here is, you can reach back in there and actually bolt these on. They give you some self-tapping screws. It's not going to work because you can't get a drill up in there. But on to the back of it, I use nut certs at the bottom. Down there, I think there's 3 across the top right here, right back here. This one, there's one up inside of here that it's impossible to even get a bolt in it once you've done that. This one here and this one, you can actually reach through the tail light or up underneath the body tub to put nuts on them. I didn't use nut certs back here because I just don't like nut certs. I mean, I don't trust them. If you'd ever have to take them off and they start spinning, then you never get them out. But you can, and the only other part that I don't like is, I mean, you thought they would have came up with something a little different than that inner liner, which I think looks like crap. They give you this foam that they don't show on any of the install videos. It goes on the back of those flares, which they don't really want to stay on there. It could have been a closer fit than what it actually is. Antenna, I took my glove box completely out, reached up in there, found my antenna wire, followed it back, and it unplugs on this side towards the firewall behind the fan motor for the heater. But there's a grommet in behind here, in the body, that you're going to have to pull out because the wire won't come through it. It all has to come out. And when I put it back in, I rerouted it on the glove box side of the fan motor. That way it was easier to plug back up. But there's just a lot of things that they didn't explain on there that I found when I done it. They say it takes about 16 hours to do this job, which me and my son done it within 8 hours. The front was harder than the back. They act like the back was hard to do, but if you mark your holes and got it held up, or he held it up, or while I marked my holes. We got traffic, of course, but you can see how far those tires are out. But if you do have any questions, you can comment below, and maybe I could try to answer them for you. But I mean, for the money, they're not worth it. You think they would have been a little bit better. They don't really line up that great right there. They're a little bit of a gap under your hood, which it gets closer as you run back. So there's no way adjusting it up. There's a gap here, which I had to spray paint all back in there because of that monster gap. But other than that, I believe you could beat the snot out of them and never hurt them. I mean, they are tough, and like I said, they look good, and you're going to add a lot of weight to your Jeep. They say they weigh about 200 pounds altogether, but I don't believe that. I mean, they're not that heavy. I don't think they are. But anyways, just mark your holes on the rear if you got somebody to hold them, or get something to hold them up there with. I never took the tail lights out. I just let them rest on the tail light, raised them up just a hair with a shim, and marked all my holes while my boy held the front half of it. And then I went back, put all my nut certs in, and bolted them right up. I mean, it wasn't no problem in the rear, like they showed on YouTube and what I watched, you know, trying to see how hard it really was to do. But like I said, the front was tougher than the back. But anyway, if you got any questions, just comment below and I'll try to answer them. But like I said, it throws a lot of stuff up on the sides of them. Here where I'm at in West Virginia, they're not legal because there's just too much tire showing. Anyways, please like and share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.